This 99 hunt winner, him and my son, Guy, my son, of course, was videoing this. Now let's go down with them, and they're going to hunt this trophy mule deer. This buck was 9 years old, and they set on this deer and patterned him for over 4 days. So come along, let's go down there and watch Guy and our hunt winner hunt a trophy mule deer that is really smart. We're in northern Utah here, hunting trophy mule deer with our hunt winner. This year it's Eddie Striplin. His guide is Jared Smith. For the first couple days, we set up and we look a lot of country over during the mornings and the evenings, and believe it or not, the middle of the day, looking for that one trophy buck. Well, the second day, we're looking across the canyon 2 miles away, and Guy and Jarrett find this buck. Now look at this buck. I know it's a long ways away, but this buck's over 27 inches. He's got some cheaters on him that'll make him almost 31 inches wide. Nice and heavy. He's an old buck. He's hanging out with a little forked horn. And we catch him in the middle of the day feeding in this Quaker patch. We watch this buck. He's got a couple kickers on each side. He's really nice and heavy. I'll bet he's over 5 inches at the bases. You know, they have sat here for 3 days waiting for that big old buck to come out. You know, he never came out. They've sat there day and night waiting for him, and the buck never came out after that first morning. Now, what are you going to do? You know what most guys would do? They'd find another buck or go off to some other canyon or think the buck had left. But not these two hunters. Guy and Jared really know how to trophy mule deer hunt. They sat there and sat there, looked at other bucks like these right here, and pass them up, waiting for that big buck to come out. You know, finally, the last day of the hunt, as they were walking along here trying to get into a position to look across to that Quaker patch again, there was a couple little bucks up there that spotted them. But they were able to slip over there and hide themselves in that conifer patch again. And they just got set up when suddenly my son Guy looked and saw that big old buck. And you know what he was doing? He was feeding right in the shade at noon. That's right, at noon, right in the shade, around, right next to the conifers, the pine trees. He was feeding, not out in the sun, just right there in his nest. I call it his nest. That's where he was living all summer and fall. He just stepped right out of that conifer patch, right along the shade, and was feeding. They got in position so Eddie could make a shot. The buck was only about 150 yards away. Now let's watch Eddie. He's taking his time here. Dead rest. That's it. Eddie made a great shot on that buck.
That's him. I can see the cheater. He's down, Eddie. Congratulations. Wasn't expecting to see him right there.
No.
He's with that little buck that was there.
I seen that little buck first.
Yeah, that's that same one that was with those other two last night. So 12 o'clock straight up, noon. Who would have figured, huh?
Finally, Jared was sure the buck was dead, so they were able to move down on the buck. Look at this buck. Isn't this something?
Nice buck, Eddie.
Yeah, it is.
Wow, congratulations, Eddie. What a buck.
Thank guy.
You know, we hunted this buck for 3 days straight. You know, they had seen him in here, and we thought he'd given us the slip, but we were just real patient and sat on the other side of that canyon and glassed over here and didn't push him, and you know, just took our time until we thought we had him patterned, and then kind of a last-ditch effort, we had to come across here and found him in his bed here.
We found him in a snowstorm the first morning, and kind of got snowed out, and so we didn't want to really push him, and kind of started thinking maybe we screwed up by not, but we were in here last night, 2 nights in a row, found the other bucks that he was with and where he'd been, and just never had an opportunity to kill him, and so that's what trophy mule deer hunting's all about. It's, you know, patterning these big bucks and hunting one buck.
Being
You know,
patient and taking them one-on-one.
You bet.
What a fabulous deer. You know, he's got a lot of character. He's got 2 cheaters off his back points here. It's really heavy and webbed out, dark horned. You can tell he's been living in this conifer patch here for quite a while, and probably maybe spent the summer in here in this canyon. Well, you're a lucky man.
Yes, sir.
Twofold, even to kill, you know, to win the hunting and to kill a nice buck
That's
like
right.
this. Well, congratulations.